question, Andrew Rosendale.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Prime Minister should know that my constituents in Romford are shocked, angry and dismayed by the suggestion by the ONS that the population of this country will rise to 72.5 million by 2032. Mr. Speaker, that's 500,000 people a year, which is unsustainable. Who voted for that? And will the government do something to ensure that the population of this country is sustainable going forward? Because there is no mandate for such a colossal increase in immigration in this country.
Britain is on the brink of an immigration crisis. Shocking new projections suggest the UK's population could soar to 72.5 million by 2032, a staggering 500,000 new arrivals every year. But who voted for this? Why is mass migration spiraling out of control? And most importantly, can the government stop it before it's too late? Stay tuned as we uncover the harsh reality of Britain's immigration surge and the political battle it has triggered.
I think he should talk to his leader. Because net migration went through the roof under the last government, nearly 1 million, quadrupled. And who was cheering it on? Who was cheering it on? The leader of the opposition. His constituents are right to be concerned about the loss of control by the last government. We're taking control. We will bring these numbers down. But the record is absolutely clear, and it sits right there.
Britain's immigration crisis, a nation under pressure. The population surge, a growing concern. New figures have sent shockwaves across Britain. The UK's population is set to rise to 72.5 million within just a decade. That's an increase of 500,000 people annually, a rate many experts warn is completely unsustainable. The public is angry, dismayed, and demanding answers. The big question remains, who approved this colossal rise in migration? Many argue that British citizens never voted for such drastic demographic changes. Yet net migration has reached historic highs, with last year alone witnessing nearly 1 million arrivals, an unprecedented surge that has left communities struggling to cope. The political fallout, who's to blame? Romford MP Andrew Rosendale took the government to task in Parliament, reflecting the deep frustration among voters. He accused the previous administration of losing control, allowing migration to quadruple in recent years. His demand was clear: immediate action to curb this influx and restore balance. The Prime Minister, in response, placed the blame squarely on the last government. He pointed to Labour's open border policies, claiming that the leader of the opposition actively encouraged mass immigration. But is this just political finger-pointing, or does the government have a real plan to reverse the trend? The consequences: can the UK handle it? Experts warn that Britain's infrastructure is buckling under pressure. Housing crisis. Record high immigration has fueled skyrocketing rents and home shortages. Healthcare strain. The NHS is already overwhelmed, and adding 500,000 people yearly could cripple vital services. Jobs and wages. A massive influx of workers could drive wages down, making it harder for British citizens to compete. With public services under immense stress, the government must act before it's too late. But will they? Government's next move. Will they take control? The Prime Minister insists that his government will bring these numbers down and restore control. But voters have heard these promises before. Many are demanding stricter immigration policies, tighter border control, and stronger enforcement measures. The real question is, will the government deliver, or is Britain heading toward an irreversible population boom? A nation's future at stake. Britain stands at a crossroads. If immigration continues at this rate, the country's social and economic landscape could be forever changed. Voters want real action, not just political debates. But will the government listen, or will they allow unchecked migration to push Britain to the breaking point? What do you think about the UK's rising population? Should the government enforce stricter immigration laws, or is this just fear-mongering? Let us know in the comments. And if you want to stay updated on the biggest political stories, subscribe to Untold British News now.